Alright, we're back. Clean up the area a little bit. Deal this line that I can't get to. It's always fun when you got no access now. See, that needs to be over here. It's pretty loose, so it's going to go around for another turn. It's going to hit the other one. So that has to be backed up out of the way. Definitely getting tighter now. Looks like it's supposed to be tight. Okay, hook a hose on that, see how it looks. And this one here is going to follow up the gap. Okay, this is our feed line. We talked about moving these up the top. Well, now it might work on the bottom on that one, maybe. Let's see. I think we're going to go over a little bit deeper. Okay, what do we got? Pliers around here. Just these big ones. There we go. We just rotate around until we like it. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. What about you?
Yes, sir.
You can live with that?
Mm-hmm.
Probably bend it just slightly more. So this clamp will tighten down. Okay. Go just a little bit more with that. It's not quite dead straight. It's much better. It lays in there really good. Okay. This one. I think this is the one we talked about flipping the clamp over. If that was a little bit longer, I could turn it or go right next to that one, but it's the hose is limiting what I can do, so we'll leave it right there. So next time you can just go a few more degrees. Like I said, we go right along that hose. So it looks pretty good there. Put the clamp way up underneath the tank there so you don't really see it too much. So now the whole bottom of this is nice and free to clean or do whatever you want in there. And this isn't going to really bother you for cleaning your tank off here. So that's good. These you can flip them if you like or just leave them, it's up to you. Okay, this one was loose. So we have to turn this up until it's off of the clutch arm going back and forth. 7/16. What happened to my 7/16? You got it somewhere? Did you take it and put it away? Missing. Stealing my good tools.
Is that it?
Nope. Slimy tool thief took my tool.
This one?
That would be the American one, see? SK. That's good shit. Taking my good shit and hiding your crappy ass tools over here. What else you hiding there? You were only showing me 2. This
I think
is
that's
3.
the only one.
This is 3.
Taiwan.
And what are you doing this 25/63rd?
That's the good one.
That's a good one. Taiwan measurements.
25/63.
The hell size at 25/63rd? That's a good wrench. The other one says 7/16, but 25/63rd, I have to look that up. It's got to be a good number. Okay, this thing is not super tight. See, the whole post is moving?
Right.
Which tells me there's something wrong with the starter, because it shouldn't be moving like that. Okay, I got that tight. So I don't know why the whole post is moving. There's something, it's got to be a nut or something inside of here that's not tight. So that means the starter might give you issues down the road. But it's held up high enough it's not going to rub on anything up under there. So you can see how the cable's up high, clutch arm's way down here, so you got a good gap. You can see how this is moving. And we're going across there. The shifter is just clearing the battery cable, so you're good. Did you retorque that stuff yet or not?
The cables?
Yeah. What happened to our cable? Our one cable's disappearing over here. And it should stay up top here.
Check these.
Once you go ahead and hook this one up on the battery, don't hook up the ground. Just hook this one up so it stays put at the height, and then you can adjust your cables at the other end where they're going to actually
Hook this
sit.
up?
No, just hook up this one. Just put the bolt in there so it just stays at the right height. The cable's falling down like it just did there, so. You want to hold it in the position it's going to actually be at, so when you tighten the other stuff up, it doesn't move. As long as we don't hook up a ground to it, we're fine. It won't short. Alright, that's good. Okay, so that's where that's going to sit. So now you can adjust these down here, make sure it clears everything and they're not fighting each other too bad. Whoop. Because the exhaust pipe fell off.
Yeah, these are doing alright right where they are.
What's this thing over here, hanging over here?
It's coming from the,
Is that your jumper wire there for the solenoid? That needs to be...
That goes to the coil, the bottom of the coil.
Okay, that should not be in this area. It should be behind the frame. Because this is next to the motor, it can burn heat.
It goes behind the frame, it's just really long.
Well, why don't you
Where
cut off
should
a
it-
couple yards of it or wrap it around the coil
See,
so it
look,
stays.
It's all the way over here.
Alright. Well, this needs to be tucked up, so. Put it on the other side of the coil and tuck it up behind the coil over there. Or
Come around.
zip tie it or something, you know, whatever. You just gotta get the slack so it stays up.
See, it's coming off here.
Yeah, you can't have it like that. So if you come up a few over here, go up over the top, back down, you know, loop it up over the top and then go back down. That might be a way of holding it. So you just don't want all this stuff dangling over here. It gets tangled up and stuff, burnt. And it's only ignition, so it's not really important. So whatever it takes to make that good. So all these loose ends are what makes the bikes reliable, or they strand you. It's all this minor knick-knack crap that nobody really pays attention to. And everything matters though. Alright, here. Okay. And I'm going to move this one in a little bit also. Like that. Okay, that lays in really nice now. Okay, so this is our feed line now. Real nice leads in there. It's a weird positioning on these. That's easy where the return line comes out and the feed's over here. That's kind of backwards. You sure these oil lines are where they belong?
No?
Find out, I guess. Yeah, so usually that's where the return line comes out of the pump. I don't
So
know.
where do you think I should go with this? Just
You need to be behind this motor, behind this oil tank bracket.
so bring it back through. Should I go down below where it's coming?
Yeah, you need to root up. You come up here. Let me see. Let me see here. I can't.
It's going down behind.
Okay, it can come up through here. The back side of the tank, right there. I just had to fit in here. Where's it at? It just fell out. It's in there somewhere. See it? It's coming out the top.
Right up here.
The top. Okay, well, it needs to go back down the other side.
Yeah. Go pull it back through and go behind there.
There's the lug over here. Okay, where can we come out across the top of the coil or we'll stay? Can't get over there because the line's in there.
If it goes underneath through here, it'll sit on top of the wires, these thick wires.
We don't have enough length to go all the way back down the coil, so it's just going to come out right there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Put a zip tie on the frame over here to hold it. So there's a bracket over there went behind. It's right here. So if you put a zip tie around this frame rail to hold it, if you zip tie it around some other wires on that side over there, it might hold it. It's just a matter of where you're at. Just need to get that tucked up in there a little bit. Loose wires have problems. Okay, so I got the oil lines are all in here. They're all tight. We need a couple zip ties over here also. So you got 3 zip ties for sure you need right now. Stacking them up. Exhaust pipe fill down. We have a little bit of gasket issue. Because we repositioned the pipe, it used to be way up here. We dropped it way down. We're going to wind up cutting the pipe right here, grind it to fit, and weld it back on. That tucks the pipe right up against the frame. Just following the frame rail here. We're going to get a little bit of a gap under here off the master cylinder. And that gives us a little bit of an outward tilt to the pipe here, so it kicks out, because we have to kick this other pipe out to clear the shock. So they're both coming out equal at that point. We got to cut this one off at the back here. So we're going to wind up cutting this one right here. So where right now it blows against the shock, we'll have it following this pipe right here. And we'll also drop it down just a tick in the back so they're equal. It's got just a slight difference in uphill, but we haven't got this permanently mounted yet, so it'll be close. Look at all the clearance we got, everything's got. You got a full finger around the whole pipe now, if not inches.
That's great.
You got inches under here before you had nothing, it was laying on it. You can also get in there and clean it, work on it. It's just how you root it. That's all it is. It's just rooting. Just like when we drop this pipe down, we got access to the master cylinder. You can actually get in and get to the lid if you need to. You know, check the fluid, whatever. All right. So next thing I have to do is get that metal. Let's get this bracket made up here, up to your clamp. Go ahead and tighten the pipe down. I would say take the gasket off. Tighten it up without the gasket on it, so it pulls in flat wherever it wants to sit. If we like where it's at, then we can go ahead and cut this and hang it in the bracket. You know, make it work where it's going to follow this one. We got to cut this one off too and get it made. We got to make the front one first because that's going to dictate where the back's going to be.
The angle, yeah.
And the kicker now should be no problem on clearing anything because we're so far away from where it was before it was bottoming out through here. You know, now, hell, you got inches again. Everything's got inches of clearance. We had none before, see. And up in here, this was hitting over this also. This is still bent. Yeah, you didn't straighten this yet, so this still needs to be straightened. So let's go straighten that on the press. Still bent, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You didn't straighten it. I know I didn't straighten it. Can't just wave your wand at it and make it straight. So. Oh, I got some motor parts in the way. Oh well. Shock motor shit in the way. Remove this gasket out of here for me. Close enough for that one. Yeah. All right, where's your part at? Okay, put part where it goes. Exactly how I was going to do it, but that would work.
What are you thinking?
I'm not going to beat on with my hammer, but we can do it that way. It works too. Let's put this over there and move it over a little bit. There's more than one way of doing this stuff. Move it in a little bit deeper. Okay, hold on the pedal so if it pops, it won't go very far. It's just a little bit harder to tell the angle when I'm doing it this way, but
Sure.
okay, pull it out, look at it. Just lay it on the table. Yeah, dumbass. Table. Is it flat or is it? Of course, this is so uneven.
Yeah.
The surface there looks even though. No, even that's not even. Nothing's even on this bike. Is that halfway flat or more?
It's better.
I know it's better, but is it more or less for stay?
I think it's fine.
You thought it was fine before. It's still bent. Look at it.
Yeah.
We took half of it out. We need to do the other half. Ready?
Yep.
Stuff spins like butter.
Yeah, it does.
You go too far that time?
Nah, that's good.
Perfect. We'll put it on the bike. Let's see what it looks like. That is not an OE lever. It bends way too easy. That's almost like no pressure. Okay, stop. That's good enough. Just look at that. It looks good now. See, it sticks up on the bike like it's supposed to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Could go a touch further maybe, but it's very adequate the way it is. Well, we still got to work on that fuel line stuff too. It's got to be all changed out. We're working our way to stuff we were supposed to be working on and not all this other crap that we've been working on all day.
Right.
So. Okay, so you can go ahead and pull the fuel line, all that shit off, because we're not going to use it right now. You can yank that stuff off. Mark the exhaust pipe up in the front where you think we want to cut it. And we'll just cut the damn front of the pipe off. So figure out where you want to cut it, and we'll cut it. What was that, Mark? What was that response you getting?
I'm gonna leave that cutting decision up to you.
That's me. I'm the one that's got to butcher it. Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're the one with the experience.
I'm going to be at fault no matter what. Well, I would say don't put it too close to the top, but you know, the closer to the top, the less you're going to notice it.
Yeah.
So if you do it way down here, it's going to be very obvious. If you got it anywhere within an inch here, you know, not right up against the top, but you know, about a half inch down works good. But it doesn't matter wherever you want to do it at. It's got to get cut no matter what. That stuff that hard?
It's pretty hard.
It's good stuff. Yeah. You know your fuel tank's going to fall off too, don't you? Because it's loose. You got a piece of leather in here. It's just going to vibrate and fall off. That's some good stuff there. Did you take the clamp off yet?
Yeah.
I don't know what I got in fuel hose that's any good. Probably nothing.
Stuff is rock hard.
I guess cheap ass 5/16 crap. If I even have any of that anymore, I don't even remember. Can't get good fuel line. What's this stuff here? It says Did a whole bunch of numbers on it, but where's the size at? It looks like 3/8 hose to me. All right, what do we got here? SAJ. Something low. ID, SAE. Jeez. What the hell's that say? 3/0? What the hell kind of a number is this shit? It used to say 5/16 and 3/8 on stuff, as I remember. No, that might be 3/8. Sure looks like it's the 3/8 to me. I think it's 3/8. Some more crappy 3/8 hose. Got a lot of that around here. None of it holds up. That 1/4 inch piece hanging over there. 3/8. I used to have some 5/16s left. Here's 5/16s. I knew I had some left. Here, I found it. Yeah, that's it. 5/16 in blue. You like blue writing?
I'm sorry?
You like blue writing on your hose? Because that's what you're going to get. This is like fancy stuff. It's got all kinds of government numbers on it. It's a J30 something 87. Or it's even got a white tag on it over here so you can zip tie it. And part numbers with all this. It's good shit. Yeah, it's good for about 6 months. It'll be all rotted, crack, and leak like a sieve, like all hoses do these days, except for the racing hoses. This stuff is good. This is Earl's Pro Stock stuff. Very thick, hard to work with. This is AeroQuip Push Lock. This is good stuff. This is the best stuff. This is good for a few years. I've never seen this go bad. It's been on my bike for over 10 years. It still looks like new. This stuff works really good. I like this stuff. All this other crap I bought, all this fancy Gates hose and Goodyear and unknown brands, it all takes crap within a year. Pretty much 6 months anymore. This stuff is like airline hose here. Hard. I don't know what this gray shit is. It's off your vacuum cleaner. Where you got that from? Give me a 1/4 inch drive over there. It's right there in front somewhere.
No.
1/4 inch drive ratchet. What's sitting there? Would you put it away?
Yeah.
Laying on a table over here? It's got a 16 extension with a ratchet on it.
1/2 inch.
Look under the bike. Is it on the bike?
1/4 inch. It's the small one.
I hear a ratchet. There you go. 1/4 inch drive. You know what 1/4 inch drive means? That means it's 1/4 inch hex or square drive. That's what that means. See, that has the socket on it for doing these. It works really, really well. Now your petcock's moving. I tightened it up a little bit by yanking on it. Okay, give me the good stuff. Okay, run it out your side. Go around the front, loop over the top. You got something that looks good to you?
What's that?
You got something that looks good to you? Do you like it? You gotta put it where you want it. I can't do everything for you. What are you doing over there? Make 2 turns around the air cleaner. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, is it all working good? No pinch in, no anything?
No, it's fine.
Not rubbing anything important? Down here where it's relatively cool.
Yeah.
Of course, it comes right up across the head, which is not relatively cool. Okay, how much loop do you want? Put it where you want it. I'm going to cut it to what it needs to be. So,
Okay.
Is that where you want it to be?
I mean, I don't need it to.
Well, yeah, I got 3 feet of line. You keep pulling up inches here. I keep taking it
I
up.
don't know. Should I have some slack?
Well, you don't want to be dragging too much, but it's got to work. So, put it where you want it. Once I cut it, we're not adding to it.
Do I want to try to hide it, or do I want?
It's your bike. I don't know. You want to put a filter in there? I wasn't going to put a filter on it. So.
Do we not need it?
Yeah. You go to good gas stations, don't you?
Yeah.
Be fine. It's a Harley. It sucks it through anyway. It doesn't care. You can always cut it and add it if you need one.
Can't add any.
You can add a filter if you want.
It just sits kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a Harley.
Right there.
Sure? Positive?
I mean, I don't know, it's not very attractive.
It's alright, it's your bike, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Where's it at? I don't even see it. Yeah, there. It's somewhere between here and here.
Well, you don't want it all the way up against the top, do you?
Somewhere between here and there, that's fine. Okay, give me the dikes over there, red handle. We're cutting off 2 feet here, looks like, or 3 feet. This might be 3 feet of hose you just used. This is a big piece. It's almost like gone now. Okay, this is what you wanted, so it's too late now. You want it now. It's a good thing you got a big hose clamp here. There's the other hose clamp. All right, that's a good one too. Okay, put this on the carburetor side. I'm going to put the smaller one over here so it doesn't poke you when you have it installed. Okay, that's on. There, I'm on. I think we're going to have to get some insulation material on this thing to protect the hose, but it'll work for a while. Rubbing right along the fins here, which is going to put a lot of heat in the hose. If you tighten this up a little bit, it might get an air gap, depending on what he does on the other side. Let's see, I've got this stuff here, I might need it. Let's go see what he's got on this side. Oh my God, what'd you do? That looks perfect. Got a grab handle, everything.
Right?
I would say probably put a zip tie around the
That's what I was
here.
thinking.
That way this doesn't keep coming down and pinching it, because eventually it'll pinch the
Kind of hold it up.
It'll pinch
Yeah.
it. So just put it right like that, it'll be fine. I don't really want to go to the rocker box, but it could go there, but see, I put heats to everything,
Yeah.
so. You want to have an air gap if you can. It's not pretty, but it's better than what you had across the top when everything's burning up. The problem, you got a nice vapor lock position here, air bubble. It's the same height as your tank. If this gets higher in the tank, it won't flow no more. So if you bend it down just a little bit lower, at least where it's at the lowest point, it'll trickle a little bit. So I'd say just put it down like in here. And just put it this side. Just get a zip tie in there, it'll be close. Just kick an air gap here. And we need an air gap. See how it's rubbing down the cylinder fins over here? In here. That's bad. And if you take the petcock and move it out a little bit, that'll naturally make the hose come out further. They make insulation material you can put on these things. You know, the sleeve material. It wouldn't hurt to put it on the whole thing, all the way down to here, for the heat.
Okay.
I would definitely move this petcock a little tighter. You can still work what you need right here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's room.
Because right now it's angling it right into the head.
Yeah.
So if you bend it up a little bit. What's that, like about a 3/4 inch or a crescent wrench? Go grab it like a 3/4 or a crescent wrench. Probably just that little small crescent wrench over there. A little 8-incher inside the bucket. I think that's the right size, isn't it? Yeah, it's British. Yeah, it's fine. Well, that's real tight. Well, you gotta tighten that thing up so it doesn't fall off. See how loose that was? See, now we got an air gap here?
Mm-hmm.
See, I like air gaps. So now I need insulated material. Usually we don't run them between the cylinders, so it doesn't hurt. But so I just get one zip tie on the push rod. We have a gap now here, so now you're not burning the hose up like we were. Nice finger gap. This here rubbing on that's not the best, but I don't know why this is so stinking long. But anyway, it's good. This is a Taylor has good insulation, so it shouldn't short through that anyway. But I don't know why you made this so long. You just like looking at plug wires. This isn't the best. It's all these zip ties about. You know what goes through here?
Metal cord.
Metal sleeving material. You know electricity likes going to? Metal. I would lose all this. You want an air gap. You don't want your wires anywhere near metal.
Okay.
Especially a clutch cable like that. That's just stupid. So I would shorten these all up a little bit.
Tighten it all up.
Tighten everything all up.
And just let it fly?
You want an air gap.
Yeah.
You want an air gap. Everything has to have an air gap.
Okay.
Actually, if this stuff runs across steel like that, at night you'll see it shorten through. On my race bike, I had like a halo. I used to have it all wrapped around the oil tank. I had my coil tucked in behind the oil tank. But I had the plug wire going like this around here over to here. And at the night, turn the ignition on off and fire the plug off. And you would just see a glow from all the way across the whole thing, a glow. There must have been 50 damn finger zips coming up with juice. It was a high voltage ignition. Even though they were racing plug wire, they blew right. They had all these black, like measle marks all on the whole wire, where it burned through all of it. I wonder why I was misfiring at the racetrack. Oh, there it was. Took all that crap off, put the coil up here, 2 short coils, that much air gap to everything, insulated, no more problem. For years it worked perfect. So yeah, this stuff looks nice, but it's just stupid. And you're rubbing right against the cylinder.
Right.
That's going to burn through anyway. Yeah, this stuff is not high heat. You can feel it right there. You can already feel it. Feel it's burning the wire?
Yeah. It is a little charred.
Yeah, it's already burning the wire.
Yep.
And that's way down here on the cool part.
Yep.
It's hotter up here. Think how this fuel line was. Luckily, the other hose, it was way out, bent out, so it didn't burn it. But yeah, all this stuff you got to kind of think about when you're doing stuff. I don't like that being that close. I like that being right up against this other one if you can get it higher.
Okay.
See, my finger doesn't quite go through there, and this goes back and forth with a shifter, see?
This can be pulled up some.
Yeah, but naturally it wants to go back down.
Right.
So you need to turn the eyelet here so it stays that way. Just like we bent this to stay out there. I can pull it out, but it wants to stay where it wants to stay.
I'll loosen that in
Yeah,
position.
so just get that, a little bit more of a gap. A finger works good for just about everything. You got a finger gap, you're golden. You don't have a finger gap, you're close.
Okay.
And like I said, this stuff here, you can pull this off, twist this wire around, put it back in. You can put this in from the other direction and get rid of all this stuff here. You twist it up like this up underneath there. Get all this loose shit out of here. Make it look a lot better. Less chance of dragging or catching or who knows, whatever. It's tacky looking anyway. Damn, that spring is sure overbent. Jeez. That thing isn't going to be, that spring is not happy. Like I said, we still got to do something about this kickstand. Alright, that's it for this.